he must have just truly lived. I feel like Matt in many ways was Lewis. I think like he talked about that, didn't he?
I could see that.
True. I agree.
And I think to Tom's credit, like I remember Matt, our creator, also writing because he like had a daughter, and he was such
I
a
didn't
good
know that.
Matt
Yeah,
had a daughter.
I never knew that.
Why do you say had? Yeah,
has a daughter. I haven't touched base with him about it, but he was very close to her, and she was growing up at the time. She might have been a little older or younger than me. I don't remember, but our relationship ended up becoming a little bit more like we had a couple really great episodes together. And we even have a really great moment in this episode. Our legs are tied together, and we were doing
That's right.
Right, left, right, left.
Yeah. I don't remember being tied to you, but I guess that's a good thing because if it was a bad thing, then maybe I would have remembered it. I'd have been like, oh, this creepy guy. I had to have my legs tied.
I actually remember kind of rehearsing it, like so we could get a funny little walk going.
Aw, Tom, I love you.
It's there's so much action in this episode too.
A lot of action.
That just makes it really fun. Really fun.
And at the end, it has a really good.
This was our first. This was the first show where it didn't feel like it was shot on a set. It was mainly location.
Oh yeah.
At that place, where we were really out.
Yeah,
so much of the other stuff
on we did
shot.
more. I don't know if it was that we did more CGI or what, but I feel like we did less locations the more we went in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if there was any episode I would want to go back to and redo, this is definitely one of them. This one, and of course the film, just to be in Hawaii. But it's that feeling of being a part of the family and interacting with everyone. And coming from a big family myself, it has that feel.
Dude, it kind of makes sense if there was to be like a reboot. Like this would be kind of like a fun version, Family Picnic 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be.
I mean, Family
cool.
Picnic's just a great name anyway for like a show, right?
Family Picnic, yeah.
We were talking just before this that this episode is a lot like what happened in the TV movie later, where it was 6 equal roles. I think were there 6 of us with the beans?
Yeah.
And this one too was everybody had their due. In this episode, you saw a lot of Donna, you saw a lot of Nick, you saw a lot of, everyone got featured doing their thing.
Well, and I think,
we were all together at the dinner scene.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we all make each other better when you have that kind of ensemble.
And you really saw the arc in Donna's character too, because obviously she's supposed to be a senator, she's extremely put together, but then you see her just frantic over this tree climb, which is technically out of character for her. Yeah. But it adds so much to the character because that is Donna.
Yeah.
Crooked
as hell. Crooked as hell, that woman.
Trying to think too, like I think Lewis's character is observing what it means to be part of this like highly competitive American, like perfect American family. And it's like he's just an oddball who loves comedy and he has this really strange little personality.
And I feel like a lot of young men can really relate to that because at that age, you're all just trying to find your place in the world, right?
Well, and what's interesting too is, Tom, your role never really had this competitive streak that showed up throughout the series where you pushed, Lewis to be better than he was. But this one episode, like you're getting at us. You're training us and like. You're seriously competitive in this episode that I don't think you ever were throughout the entire, 3 seasons. Like what's interesting is like as a dad character, as a dad role, you were pretty chill.
We had a couple of episodes later where, it was like Lewis, get a job. It was, but I don't still think it was this competitive.
No, Donna.
That's where I had a lot to do with you, where we built that house together.
That's right. Yeah.
And that I'm jumping ahead, but it was get a job. I think was the name of the episode.
Oh yeah. Is this your favorite show you've ever done? Because you've done 1.5 million things.
Yeah. Oh, I loved to Even Stevens. And that's, I know that's probably going to be. I knew when we did it that things may not be as enjoyable as as fun as it was to be part of this ensemble or to part of this group on Disney. And it has come. I was secretly hoping. Hey, I said I hope something comes along to trump it. But nothing has.
Aww.
It was more fun to do than anything.
This is one thing that I recall from back in the day too, that talking about the show was that it was just like really appreciating having a steady paycheck, having a steady gig. Like when you're an actor, to have a steady gig is number one, man. That makes a world of difference for sure.
Honestly, it brought a lot of
And
functionality to my family, because my family was extremely dysfunctional, and this was almost our one way to really kind of put on that face of normal for a little while at least. So it was almost a big escape for me, even though, show business is supposed to be so crazy. It brought normalcy to my life.
Yeah.
Gave some direction, gave a schedule,
Structure.
Gave some structure.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? The one bad thing about it was Disney never said, "You guys are." When I was auditioning, you were talking about that first audition with that guy. He said, we were just sitting there waiting to go in, and he goes, "The good things about these shows, they tend to go 3 seasons.
Yeah.
The bad thing is they tend to just go 3 seasons."
Yeah.
And I go, "Hey, 3 seasons? That'd be fantastic." But we never got the go ahead that we were going to have 3 seasons. They always kept us waiting.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, we thought maybe we're not back.
Yeah, we never
And
really.
that
I never
happened
knew
after
that
one.
was a thing, and I didn't know about the 65 episode
60,
rule till
yeah.
maybe halfway through.
Well, and it's
But it was
unfortunate
not
'cause-
definite. Every time we'd finish the first season, and then it would be, well, we'll see if you're going to call. Well, you'll get a call later on. But it was months went by, or a month went by before we got the go ahead.
Yeah, it was. Raven was the first show on Disney to go to break that 3-season rule. They went 5 seasons, I think. And what's great about that is once you hit that 100 episode number, now you can syndicate on different networks, I think.
65 is syndication.
Oh,
I'm
is
not
it
sure if
65?
100 was
65.
international or what, but
We
yeah,
had 65.
was the
Oh,
at
we
least
did
We
65
were on
and
ABC for a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
What?
after school.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were.
It was a very short period of
Oh,
time.
okay.
It was like they tested it.
Look, here's the thing. I think Even Stevens was a cult classic, and I think that we didn't necessarily appeal to the masses because they were young kids, and we had some very elevated moments that lay inside of the structure of the show. I mean, personally, it wasn't just
Well, I think it. I think
slapstick.
actually. I mean, it did appeal to the masses. It put Disney Channel on the map. But
That's true.
you were still targeting a tween audience.
Yeah.
And we all see ourselves in
if
those
you
roles.
if you want to get bigger than that, you have to do more of that male, 18. You have to hit a little older too, and women a little bit older too. I think that's when you hit mass market.
with their parent corporation, ABC and Disney, wouldn't it be great if we went over to do? And Shai was like, "Yeah, let's do
yeah,
it."
ABC
I
would've
remember
been
him
great
saying
for
it
him.
right there.
He already won an Emmy,
we'll
right?
go over there.
Yeah, that's what should
Right.
have happened.
And it was like, "Hey, let's do this as a high school show." And then
yeah.
I don't know, he just didn't give an answer, and there must have been some reason that they wouldn't go. But like, we would have been a great Friday night show over there
Absolutely.
to
Oh,
take it into the
yeah.
high school.
Yeah, I mean, it could have gotten a lot edgier and cooler, and
yeah.
We really
They
could
wanted
have
to
done
keep
a
going.
Boy Meets World thing where, y'all went off to college and
Yep.
something of that sort.
Yep.
yeah, I think they were moving over to sitcoms, and Raven had been so great. And I remember Raven was also Mark and Dennis, and so they moved over there quickly, like right after Even Stevens wrapped up, I think. So we don't even know. Maybe they had plans to go over there. They made Raven more accessible too, because Disney Channel became basic cable.
Yeah.
So originally Disney Channel was, they didn't have any ads. It was all, us doing these wand things and whatever, and propaganda, whatever, just like, but there wasn't any ads.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of peaceful.
Yeah,
that way.
Sean called it. I said, "What's the point of our show if we're not advertising or doing?" And he goes, "It's a billboard for the Disney corporation." He said, "Our show that's what it is. Disney Channel is a billboard for Disney. Like, I guess it also promotes the theme parks, all this other stuff of other Disney operations." So,
Well,
Yeah.
I think we were paving the way for the network at that time, and because the channel was still so new, we were paving the way for what was to come.
In some ways, we got in on the ground, like by accident, we got in.
Yeah.